To everyone's surprise, including God, she sent him a text that night, and even more surprising, she was willing to go on a date with him. He took her out to some Coney Island place that was about as luxurious as you can get from an honest Ramon paycheck. To make matters more surprising was that he managed to get her in the backseat of his car, which is a milestone in Ramon's dating life. He had a satisfaction of massaging her back, and she even moaned that she was enjoying it. Ramon actually grew a pair and nibbled on the back of her neck like a rabid chipmunk. It only tickled her into a laugh. She stopped him and asked, "Ramon, can we go in your apartment? It's a little uncomfortable back here. Why can't we just go to your place?" "I told you, my parents are home. My dad would shoot you if he saw you. I think your place would be the better bet. You live alone, right?" At the time, Ramon was living with his ex-girlfriend Spacey. Her real name was Stacy, but my brothers and I gave her a nickname. Ramon did the damage by living with her way too fast. They would always fight, generally about financing and jealousy. Currently, she had been living in a hotel and always calling him for money. Ramon had said that anytime she would call, it was always about her asking for money. It didn't even matter what situation he was in, she would always ask him for money. Ramon could be lying on his deathbed waiting to die from cancer, and she would call him. Elated to get a call from someone who cared, Ramon would pick up the phone and answer, "Hello?" Then she would answer, "Hi Ramon, what's going on?" Ramon would answer, "I'm lying on my deathbed. I'm going to die any minute now." Then she would answer, "Oh, that's too bad. Hey, before you die, could you loan me $20? I have to buy my cat's food." Or even another scenario like his funeral where his dad would be given a eulogy. I can imagine his dad saying, "Ramon was a different person. I still loved him anyway. I miss his goofy laugh. I miss all his failed dating attempts and having to listen to it. I miss him saying stupid things like slice of pork or milk. But most of all, I miss my son. I miss my dead retarded son." Then a phone rang, and everyone in the audience would look around their pews to find out whose phone was ringing. Ramon's dad would get mad and say, "Who brought their phone to my son's funeral? Speak up. This is a very serious moment." Then he realized that it wasn't the people present with the ringing phone, but instead the sound came from one of the pockets in dead Ramon's suit. He fiddled with the pocket and pulled out a phone, and on the caller ID it said Spacey. He answered the phone and said, "Hello, this is Ramon's dad." Spacey answered, "Hi, is Ramon there?" Ramon's dad responded, "I'm sorry." He started crying and said, "Ramon's dead. I'm at my dead son's funeral right now." "Oh, that sucks. Hey, you know if he left me $20? He said he was going to, but I guess he died on me. It might be in one of his dead pockets." Ramon's dad just stood there flabbergasted with the phone surgically in his ear. He then let out the words, "Yeah, sure, I'll check for you, you heartless bitch." So at the time, Spacey was still living there where Ramon invited her in the apartment and feared that she would be there. Spacey would get jealous if Ramon brought home any girls to the point where she would actually fight them. Surprisingly, during these times, Ramon was able to bring home girls. Since Spacey left, Ramon was left in a dry spell. The door opened to his kitchen, and the first one to greet them was Ramon's dog Milo. He was one of the black-spotted Jack Russell dogs who loved to play and smile a lot. Amy was elated to see him and bent over to pet him. "Oh, your dog is so cute," she said. "Wait, what's this? What's this in his mouth?" "Bad dog," shouted Ramon. She managed to pull out whatever was in Milo's mouth and asked, "Is this a strap-on?" "I don't think so." "Yes, it is a strap-on. Why would you have one in your house? I thought you lived alone." "That's probably my ex-girlfriend Spacey's. We used to live together. She must have left it here." She peered at it for several seconds before glancing up at a gulping Ramon and grinned devilishly. "Oh, I just had an idea," she said. "What?" She stood up to face him with his wicked grin on her face. She asked, "How about if I fuck you with this strap on?" "Yeah, right. How about if I fuck you with the strap on, huh?" "Please," she begged. "I've always wanted to fuck a guy with a strap on." It was in that moment where Ramon flashed back at Sam proposing that $300 he so desperately needed. He then whined, "We have to." Sure enough, Ramon was flat on his stomach, and Amy, who was nice enough to at least be in her bra and panties, was on top of him. Unfortunately for the eyes, Ramon was naked, and she was having a ball with her new strap on. She leaned over, giving Ramon a woody with the press of her bra, and handed him one of those squeaky dog bone toys to his mouth. She said to him, "Bite on this." Ramon bit it, and a loud squeak flopped the ears of his dog. His butt tightened when the strap-on slipped in the hole. His squeak toy drove the dog nuts as she began pounding him from the back. Ramon just laughed, but was really fending off the pain. He was trying desperately to keep this date and to prove everyone wrong. Down, Milo, Ramon said in a muffled voice. The dog was trying to leap at him on the bed. Go away, Milo. The dog just wasn't listening. Amy was making sex noises in the back and was still pumping away with the strap on. Ramon asked in his muffled voice, Can I have sex with you now? No, she said. I think I'm going to come. No, don't come yet. That was when she walked in the door. Amy stopped pumping, and Ramon letting off that one last squeak of the toy before the dog nabbed it from his mouth, looked up and saw Spacey standing there at the door with eyes white as a freight train. She shouted, What the fuck is this? Amy replied, I'm so sorry. He told me he lived alone. She's not my girlfriend, shouted Ramon. Amy gathered her clothes and Spacey stepped out of the way for her to run out. Ramon quickly put back on his pants without his underwear and fell off the bed. Amy was just about to leave the apartment until Ramon caught up to her. Wait, don't go, he said. She can just stay in another room. Sorry, Ramon. I mean, thank you for letting me live my fantasy and all, but I really have to go. Are we going to have a second date? She thought about it and said, I don't know. You're nice and all. Please, I really need that $300. $300? Did you make some sort of bet? Ramon stopped and realized he said something stupid. You're an asshole. Fuck you and have a nice night with your girlfriend. She bolted out the door and Ramon shouted, Wait! Don't go! God, I hate my life! Oh, that Ramon, said Char, shaking her head. By pure coincidence, Sam texted me about Ramon, and I stared at it for a good solid 5 seconds. Char asked, What is it? I told her, It's from my brother. They're taking Ramon to the hospital. They want me to go with them.